Hello class, my name is Cassidy McCowan and I will be teaching you on how to use and create a personal glossary in your classroom. For this example, I'm going to be teaching you as if we are in a global business class at a high school. The first step of creating your own personal glossary is getting a journal for each student to use to record the vocabulary they want to put in their personal glossary. The next step is deciding on how you want to have your students format the personal glossary. In this case, I'm going to have my students, which is y'all, format your personal glossary in the order of the word, then the definition, and then after the definition, using the word in a sentence in the context that it is meant to be in. I've started one for myself, and here's an example of what it might look like. The purpose of a personal glossary is to help you retain vocabulary words and their meanings. This is your responsibility to keep up with the journal. So what you want to put in there is words that you're struggling with, that you're having a hard time grasping the meaning of. By using a personal glossary, you'll start to learn the vocabulary words better, and it'll end up helping you on vocabulary sections on your tests or quizzes, especially the matching vocabulary section on your next test. And then you can even quiz yourselves what the definition is, using the word in a sentence. That way your retention rate continues to grow in the word. Then, if you choose to go into the business world, and you already know some of these vocabulary words, it'll help you in the long run, because whenever you're in a conference or some type of business meeting, a word might come up and you're not like, oh, I'm not sure, but you'd be like, oh, I remember in 10th grade I put that word in my personal glossary and I know the definition of it. Okay, so now y'all can pull out your own journal that I've already given y'all today and start your personal glossary on the reading that I have assigned for you today, which is chapter 3. Okay, so this is how I would have taught using a personal glossary in the classroom. Just kind of explained it step by step type thing. I would put up a copy of my own personal glossary up on the screen so all the students could see it, and leave it up there so that if they have any questions about how to format it, they can just look on the screen type thing. And then obviously I would ask if they had any other questions that I could answer about the personal glossary and how in other ways it will help them in the long run type thing. And then obviously, as every strategy has its strengths and weaknesses, I think some of the strengths for this strategy is that it helps retention rate of vocabulary words, and it also can be used virtually in any subject. Any subject that has any type of reading assignment or vocabulary words, which is basically all, you can use this strategy in it to help the students learn their vocabulary. And then a few weaknesses I think are for this strategy is that students might not keep up with their journals, which can be a struggle for some students to keep up with an extra journal on top of everything that they already have. And then, or students might not go back and continue to review over the words that they have put in their journal. I believe that this strategy is very self-motivated, so students are going to get what they put into it. So if they spend a lot of time writing down the words and memorizing definitions, then they're going to have a higher success whenever it comes to testing on their vocabulary and using it in their everyday lives and their sentences. That's all I have for today. I hope y'all enjoyed.